Hello, my name is Eric Roeder. I work in business development for Codilation. We're a team of website developers, software engineers, and just overall super nerds. We develop apps and websites in the obvious technology hub that is Fargo, North Dakota. That summary of my life sounds dreadful to most of the world, but I absolutely love my community and I love my job. Every week I meet incredible people who are absolutely inspiring. They have new business ideas or are spearheading giant projects to make our community better, or just are smarter than me and have great professional knowledge to share. I thought it would be relatively selfish to keep all of this information to myself, so I decided to start a little talk show. Welcome to my office.
My guest this week is Peter Schott. He's the founder of Genesis Feedtech, the International Potluck, Sales Your Way, and he's just an overall Jedi of a human being. And we're going to talk about all of those a little bit this week. Hello, Internet. I'm here with my friend Peter Schott.
It's actually Peter Schott.
Yeah,
just kidding.
No, we already had a take where I screwed up the name. Peter.
Yes.
Peter, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I can, but before I do that, I'm going to railroad your show for just a second.
No,
and I
that's fine.
thought you are a collector of fine things. I didn't tell Eric I was going to do this, by the way, so I'm throwing him a curveball here.
We have a mild
But
script.
you are a collector of rare and exotic, somewhat nerdy things at your desk.
Yes.
And I was inspired. Now, I
geez.
watched something else on your show, and you guys had tacos
Oh, yeah.
at one point. And I thought I was going to make tacos for Eric's show and bring them. And then
Holy
I did
cow.
not have time to make tacos.
Well, that's disappointing.
But I have something even better. So I have a gift for you.
Okay.
And I can promise you, you will not find these anywhere else. These are soybean socks.
Soybean socks.
With actual soybeans. And
Oh, dang.
you see,
We could have had matching
well, we still could.
socks.
Put them on. Oh, wait.
Oh.
So we have our matching soybean
now,
socks.
We're soybean socks. And look at how flexible I am.
That's
That was unexpected on a Monday.
I love messing with you, Eric.
I know. Internet. We're back.
It's like
I'm
the
back.
fifth time we've done this, right?
Second
Oh,
dish.
second.
Peter's back. My socks are back. Let's do this.
I lost
interview.
my soy. Well, I didn't lose my soy socks. I forgot them in the wash.
Ah,
So.
that's all right.
I was really excited to match with you today. But,
So I wear these
the
honestly at least
disappointments in
once a
life,
week. So Peter, you're back. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself without the microphone blocking your face?
well, I like to eat microphones. No.
Yeah.
So I'm the founder of Genesis Feed Technologies. It's a software company for the animal feed industry.
Yes.
We help people buy and value corn and soybeans and things like that.
That's so exciting.
I grew up in this area.
Mm-hmm.
I am a husband. Been married for 14 years. Lord willing, another year will go by and that will stay that way.
I think you.
I got 3 girls, 12, 7, and 4. They keep me pretty busy.
That's perfect.
When
So
I'm not doing all the family stuff, I do a community event called International Potluck. where
there's
we
so many questions
get
that we're
people together
rolling
on
into
food and
later.
storytelling.
Quit jumping
said
ahead.
tell me about yourself,
Oh,
so I'm
no,
telling
that's
you.
fair. Okay. So
I'm a white Midwesterner. I'm losing my hair. And,
Do-
you know, I like nerdy stuff sometimes.
Oh, that's why we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we jumped ahead of the feed tech question.
It's like, you're a rogue guest. You're not going to be on
No.
here anymore.
I liked our last answers,
Yeah.
and so I asked you back.
Yeah. That's true.
So on top of all of that stuff you already kind of talked about, you started a podcast to kind of talk about how chasing a dream isn't smooth sailing all the time. Can we
Right.
talk about that experiment a bit?
Yeah, so I started something called the VCH project, Vulnerability, Connection, and Hope. And I was thinking about, in my own life, I've had the opportunity to make a lot of different connections and things that I don't think much of. Like I started a software company with a guy in Fargo here, and
Right.
our co-founders in Malaysia. We have a British expat in Malaysia that works there. We've got a reseller in Brazil. I think earlier what kind of kicked off some of those thoughts was I was going to go speak at an ag tech conference in Calgary, and I got invited there because a CEO from Australia was going to be speaking, and she knew me and said, you should be on this panel.
That's
And
just
I thought,
crazy.
that stuff just kind of just do.
Right.
I thought, well, why is that? And so it boiled down to vulnerability with yourself and with other people. First, with yourself, kind of knowing like who you are, what makes you tick, what you love, what you don't, and being clear about that, which leads to vulnerability with other people. So you can kind of share your hopes and dreams, just be real and share your story. It leads to connections, which brings hope and kind of makes the whole cycle go.
It's a good circle, and I've listened to the whole thing, and I really liked it. And so thanks for taking
real and raw, sharing the dirty laundry.
Being vulnerable.
And
I mean, we have to kind of say, oh, you know what? Everything is awesome all the time when you.
But it's not, Eric.
It's close. It's close. So, not every video shoot goes perfect.
Right.
You just
stuff happens.
You
right?
make it work.
Well, I think we see people in different positions and we kind of idolize or idealize what their situation is like. And, people hear that I started a business. They're like, oh, you're a business owner. And
we've all seen that iceberg chart. That, the only thing you see is the good stuff, and you don't see all of the hard work and family loss and time loss and all of that crazy stuff that goes into it.
So I wanted to be real about that, just to give other people a chance that maybe inspire them to think, well, I don't have it all together too. I can do something. And for me, there's something about when you bring those things to light and you say those little thoughts that are going on in your head, it takes the power and the fear away from them, because you realize, well, maybe it isn't as bad as I thought it was, because now it's out in the open.
I just like talking with you. So on top of all of this, you jumped off you jumped off a cliff. You started a business. You started another side gig, and you touched on the international potluck.
Yep.
You wanted to start an event in the community that was inclusive to everybody. Can you talk about that event a little bit and what the international potluck is?
Well, yeah, so I'd quit my job, got out of a business, started a new job, moved, and we were in the process of having our third child. I thought, I don't have enough going on in my life. So no, what happened was Greg Tavine he says fairly frequently, create the community that you want to be part of. And so for me, I really love food and I love meeting people, and I've had a chance to live in different places around the world. And so there's always an interesting story behind food and how we're connected with it, right? And so I thought, what if we have a one-time event where we get people together around food and storytelling, and just let's
give it a shot.
I want to eat some food. I want to meet some people and do some stories. And so we did that and had 25 people show up, and they said, well, when are we going to do it again? And like, again, I don't know, how about 2 months from now? So we did it 2 months later and had 65 people show up that I knew 10 of them. And it just kind of 2 months later did the same thing. And then it just kind of, people in the community started kind of snowballed from there. People from the community started partnering with us. So now it's a monthly event. We're in our 4th year.
Yeah.
We've got one coming up on the 17th of October, or depending when you post this, there'll be one in November for Mexico and Day of the Dead. So anyways, we do them pretty much every month, and it's just been a really neat experience. Actually, this morning I was on a community engagement panel at NDSU talking about community engagement as a community leader.
Right.
Where I never thought I'd be known as a potluck guy, but I guess that it's a
cool
cool thing.
Yeah. No, you're really inclusive and you're super genuine, and I think that's one of the reasons you're a gifted salesperson. And you're the sales Jedi that I like to follow. And so luckily for me, on top of all of that other stuff you're doing,
using the force on you.
Yes. You have a fourth, I don't remember what number.
Yeah, I lose count too.
Let's talk about Sales Your Way, because that's the other thing that's a big piece of your pie. Yeah.
So when I started my own business, we weren't taking in any revenue with it, and I wasn't really looking for a way to make money. I was just having lunch with one of my former clients from Myriad Mobile.
Sure.
And I was just telling them about how I approach sales and how I build relationships with people. And they started getting really interested and said, well, you should teach us how to do that. And we'd even pay you for it. And it was something that I would have just done for free, And so they probably would have got it. So anyways, it ended up being a monthly retainer thing where I worked with them and helped them kind of turn their sales process around. And even beyond that, just removing that fear and the myths that they thought were there, where they thought they had to get this perfect meeting and convince people to buy from them. And really what I did with them is helped unlock, what are they excited about? What do they bring to the market that they know that no one else does? And how does that connect with other people? And it made sales something that they really just enjoyed. I'm like, hey, I'm getting
should
paid
be
for this. I'm having
enjoyable,
fun. I'm helping people kind of unlock their dreams. So I want to do more of that. So I've been doing, sales consulting like that on
Right.
a retainer basis
And
with
it's
different people.
like we shared an office, and I would cheat and eavesdrop,
Yeah.
and it was really good
Yeah.
stuff. So I made a business chart originally, kind of going over all of your roles, and I compared you to Batman,
Yep.
but I wanted to make another one
Yep.
because of the circumstances. So I made a little
Oh, nice.
Venn,
And
a
you've got
Venn
the chart
diagram.
hidden too. I like it.
Venn diagram of Peter, and it's patience,
drawn Venn.
forgiveness, and awesome. And so like you're right in the middle.
That is awesome.
I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for coming back.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. No.
So we're co-nerds, and it's pretty loud and proud co-nerds.
Yep.
And I called you the sales Jedi. You get a nerd question for come on. Who's your actual favorite Jedi?
Am I a nerd if I bring an RPG book and it just happens to be here?
No, that's that's not nerdy at
Not
all.
nerdy at all with my little book with no.
You invited to me, and I'm
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
So
Getting back to your question though, Yoda is still my favorite Jedi because
man.
he's the underdog. I mean, he's super powerful, but you don't
Right.
see it coming. You've got
And-
those scenes where he's like walking and howling with his cane, and he gets in this epic battle. And
he's catching dark force light.
right,
And
yeah.
I mean, Kermit's a pretty impressive
Right.
little green Muppet, but
He-
then there's Yoda.
I like that he's super powerful, but he doesn't have to lord that over people.
No.
He's humble and unassuming and just gets stuff done.
There's no wrong answer to this, but the answer we're looking for is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You're still wrong.
Obi-Wan
Take the
Kenobi. Peter, we ask this every week. Is there anything our audience can do to help you with all of the different stuff you got going on?
Show up to the potlucks if you're looking to volunteer with a fun community event. Would love to have you be a part of that. There's a lot of different ways to do that piece.
Yeah.
If you're in sales, and everybody is, and you're wanting some help with that, I'm happy to have a little coffee with you and kind of see what's going on and just kind of
Guaranteed
brainstorm with
good
you and
meeting.
just have fun with that, or just hit me up and let's meet up and get a good cup of coffee somewhere.
Yeah, no, that's as helpful as that's a good. I promise it's a very good coffee. And
Yep.
so, is there anything else you wanted, or anything else, Peter?
No, I think that's good. It's just fun to connect with your audience. I love what you're doing with this
Oh, thank you.
video series and watching it grow. So kudos to you for
slowly-
grinding it out. Yeah.
We're getting an intern, and so
Yep.
then I don't have to deal with microphone face eatings, and so
Yep.
yeah, that's the sign
That's
of
when you know
progress.
you're big time. You have
Yeah.
an intern. Like
Well,
with me with the potluck, they hired a
medium
community
time.
person at the Plains Art Museum.
Yeah.
And in the job description, they put helps out with community events like the International Potluck.
Oh, that's awesome.
That
I'm
was just
actually,
pretty cool.
I've known you for a while, and I'm going to my first one.
Nice.
I put it on this, I'm Facebook going, and that means I'm going. And
You're
so,
committed.
Yeah, if anyone wants to sit with me at that, I'm a fun dinner person.
Well, when we record a third version of this, we'll follow up. And
Third, you're always welcome back. Thanks for stopping by again.
Yeah. It's a
And
pleasure again.
Have a good weekend, everybody.